Navigating the 2026 SEO landscape of AI search and constant algorithm updates is already complex enough, but the cost of participating is what actually stops most people in their tracks. With most industry data hidden behind high-ticket subscriptions, the barrier to entry can feel insurmountable if you don't have a massive budget. It isn't always an option. Fortunately, there is a viable workaround. You can build a highly competitive SEO infrastructure for exactly $0. This matrix shows the contrast. On the left, the industry-standard paid stack, tools like Ahrefs, Sitebulb, and premium AI writers that easily run past $200 a month. On the right, a curated bootstrapped stack that costs absolutely nothing. Looking at that bottom row, a $0 financial input keeps $2,400 in your pocket over the course of a single year, rather than draining your early capital. The trade-off is convenience. You are losing the sleek, automated, all-in-one dashboard. Instead, you have to manually stitch together fragmented data across a dozen different browser tabs. Building a free stack is a direct exchange. You are trading financial cost for manual sweat equity and a high degree of organizational labor. Phase 1 of this free workflow is Reconnaissance, specifically stealing your competitors' strategies. This is the starting point of our operational workflow, and it relies heavily on a couple of free Google tools. First is Google Keyword Planner, which most people think of purely for running ads, but it is highly effective for researching your competitors. You just paste the URL of a top-ranking competitor into the planner, and it extracts the exact list of commercial keywords they are successfully ranking for. The catch is that this tool primarily spits out bottom-funnel commercial keywords. To make use of them, you have to manually group that raw list into relevant topical clusters yourself. To find long-tail questions and hidden opportunities, you can use the custom regex feature inside Google Search Console. By typing a short line of code into the filter, it instantly organizes a chaotic wall of search data into a clean list of hyper-specific questions your audience is actually asking. The strict constraint here is that Google Search Console only works if you already own a website with existing traffic data to analyze. Free Reconnaissance requires you to apply the filters manually, but the end result is the exact same high-value targeting data you'd get from an enterprise platform. Phase 2 of the workflow is on-page competitor spying. Once you know what keywords to target, you need to dissect how the top-ranking sites are currently winning. You can use free Chrome extensions like Detailed SEO and SEO Meta in one click as structural X-ray machines for any article on the internet. By clicking these extensions, you strip away the design and look straight at the framework. They reveal the exact heading structure, the total page word count, and the underlying meta tags, meaning no reading raw source code. The operational trade-off is scale. This is strictly a page-by-page manual process. You cannot audit a competitor's entire website in one click. You can also use Detailed SEO to extract people also ask questions directly from the search results. The extension pulls those questions out of Google's drop-down menus and drops them straight into a spreadsheet for you. Because the AI scrapes everything indiscriminately, you have to spend time manually cleaning out the irrelevant questions from your sheet. Finally, the Wapalizer extension reveals the exact back-end infrastructure of a site, identifying the specific WordPress plugins and content delivery networks they use to keep their page speed high. Phase 2 hands you the exact blueprints and materials your competitors use to win, but you still have to build the house yourself. That brings us to the final phase, technical implementation and content generation. This is where we turn that research into live optimized pages. One of the most important technical elements is schema markup. This is essentially a language of code that helps Google's bots easily read and categorize the information on your page. Paid tools usually handle this in the background, but you can automate the creation of this code using the free tool at Technical SEO. You simply fill out a plain English form with your title and author details, and the tool generates the correct block of json-ld code instantly. The technical trade-off is that you have to know exactly where to paste this generated code into your specific website's backend. For the writing itself, Claude is the superior free AI writer right now. You can use it to translate your manually researched keywords into nuanced 1,000-word articles that actually sound human. The limitation with Claude is speed. It operates much slower than bulk paid generators, and you'll frequently need to use follow-up prompts to fix weird formatting issues. To bridge any knowledge gaps on these manual tactics, you can use SEO.app, which functions as a completely free educational community. SEO 3 lets you turn raw data into optimized, publish-ready assets without spending a dime on enterprise software. The reality of the 2026 free SEO stack is that it provides the same raw data as the paid alternatives, but it leaves that information deeply fragmented across different extensions and dashboards. To run this operational model successfully, you need to meet 3 criteria. You must be time-rich, willing to use spreadsheets, and focused on a single site. This slower workflow relies entirely on manual analysis. It is an exercise in sweat equity. The ideal users are bootstrapped solopreneurs, niche site builders, and beginners with more time than capital. There is a hidden benefit here for beginners. Manually filtering data and building your own spreadsheets ensures you actually learn how SEO works, rather than blindly trusting an automated score from paid software. However, if you're an agency owner or portfolio manager handling dozens of client sites at scale, you should avoid this path entirely. For high-volume professionals, the time lost clicking through individual Chrome extensions and cleaning up spreadsheets will ultimately cost far more than a premium monthly subscription.